What's going on? This is Caesar T, aka CT, aka just aka. I'm not sure. What's going on though, chat? Um, Today I've come to visit you regarding Shedeur Sanders being selected to the 2026 Pro Bowl games off the 2025 season. Rookie quarterback for the Cleveland Browns with a historic selection. Now, when I say historic, you might disagree, but I think we honestly drop your feelings, get your feelings out the way. And I didn't say positively historic, I didn't say negatively historic. I just said historic. And I know right now, this is probably the most talked about Pro Bowl selection than almost possibly any Pro Bowl selection in history, and definitely, this is being talked about more than when the Pro Bowl official roster was named. Now, once again, listen to my words. Y'all get so in your feelings when you really don't like somebody as a person that you don't listen to what people actually say. Now, I said this is the most historic Pro Bowl selection possibly ever. Okay. Um, Now we know for a fact Shedeur is one of the most polarizing athletes in recent memory. Now, whether you like it or not, your opinions not only does it not matter, but your opinions further validates what I'm saying. Now, we know we had Johnny Manziel. We know we had Cam Newton. We know we had Tim Tebow, to name a few. Quarterbacks. We know athlete wise, we're just still staying on the topic of football. We know we had Odell Beckham. We had Antonio Brown. We had them is probably the top five out of recent memories I could think of off the top of my head. Now, needless to say, this is not the most controversial up to yesterday, the most controversial selection according to you and the internet. Tyler Huntley, Snoop, was deemed to be the most controversial pick. And we're going to get to that in a minute. But I think we can all agree Shedeur is more popular than Tyler Huntley. Now, let's talk about the whole thing. Shedeur did not get voted into the original vote of the Pro Bowl. We know it. We got it. First of all, let me tell you, the reason this video has come about is not because of your opinion, not even because of my opinion. When I had my opinion yesterday, I made a short. You can check the page. I made a short, congratulated the young man. It wasn't until I started seeing veteran players chime in. It wasn't until someone said, Shedeur, no, he doesn't deserve this. I'm going to see how he is as a man, and he has to decline this invitation, and that's going to tell me how he is as a man. First of all, Brother Shedeur does not need to appease you to be able to show face and dictate himself as a man. You or me and you can agree. But for me to feel good about myself, for me to be happy, I don't need another. I don't need the actions or the validation of another man. If he sends a message right now and says, "I politely thank you for the opportunity, but I politely decline," that isn't going to make me get online and say, "Yeah, Shedeur, good job." No. So that had me thinking, what other the word alternative? Shedeur didn't create the word. Shedeur didn't vote himself in. What other alternatives have created so much division isn't a word, but so much hatred? That's what it is. That we have forgotten about all the other alternatives in the world, and it's Shadeur's fault. He voted himself in. Oh my God, we're gonna talk about him getting his number retired at college, and we're gonna all of this, right? Okay, so I did a little research. So first of all, coming back here, alternates are selected. Alternates are selected when other players opt out for the Super Bowl, when they opt out for injuries, when they just opt out. And I'm also say just when they just opt out due to having their feelings hurt from the season's results. All right. Now, it's easy to say, ow, my elbow, I can't play. Right. Once people start coming and making a fuss, injury, you really can't be mad at me that much. All right. All the way to Tom Brady being credited for the wave of of alternate selections due to his Super Bowl selections and not participating. Not only did we not get that big of a fuss through the years past with some of the alternate selections, but the Pro Bowl has also changed what it actually is. It is no longer a game played between the best of the best. Interest start falling off. Players stopped playing so hard. Admittedly so. This is from players. The first, second selection, boom, they're out there playing. They're playing hard until they get taught from their veterans, hey, we're not trying to get hurt. We out here to have fun. And then they started turning it on more so in the fourth quarter to try to get that check. And in turn, and I've been to the Pro Bowl stadium. I took a picture in front of the Pro Bowl stadium because of the history of the Pro Bowl. They have a flea market down there in Hawaii every week in the parking lot of Honolulu Stadium. And I took a picture just because of the history of the Pro Bowl. I'm a football guy. Boom. But from the beginning of time, there have been alternates. But now, the game, the Pro Bowl selections, it's a dodgeball game and a flag football game. Now, going if we care that much about the credibility of the game, first of all, some people say they don't watch. Some people say they don't watch the Pro Bowl. They don't watch the NFL. Well, in that situation, stop tweeting about the NFL. Stop tweeting about the NFL. At the end of the day, if I don't care about sushi, you will never hear me talk about sushi. And here I am talking about sushi. So I'm moving off that topic. But that's that piece. Then we have people saying, oh, you're messing up the history of the game. You should have said that when they turned it into flag football. Sean Merriman, as good as he was for San Diego, when they were San Diego, you didn't complain and make a big tweet or a big fuss about anything when they turned it into flag football. You did not play flag football. You were a linebacker, came down, and you hit people. Something you never did in the Pro Bowl, by the way. Let's put up a Sean Merriman clip from in season. Let's put up a Sean Merriman clip from the Pro Bowl. You did not play the same way. Now, Jared McCoy said it live. His first Pro Bowl, he was going against, that was the Pro Bowl that just so happened Jeff Saturday was having his last Pro Bowl. He went on the other side, another disrespect to the game, and did a snap to Peyton Manning. At the end of the day, you should have stayed in Indy or Denver. You should have went to. That's disrespectful to the game. No matter how, at the end of the day, when Jeff Saturday went to the other side of the field to do a snap for the opposite team, that told you everything. It's honorary. This is for fun. This is for the fans. That is what that said. McCoy said he blew him up. Yeah. But hit him like he didn't know it was a celebratory play. Right? After his first, second selection to the Pro Bowl, he started taking it easy. Incognito said it live. He had to tell guys to chill out, including Aaron Donald, including some of the other guys, because this is not that type of game. Because they made it through the season all healthy. They trying to celebrate. Akeem Talib went live and said, though he wasn't going to get embarrassed, he played about 50%. All of that to say, it's not the same. When once again, now throw all of that out the window. It's a flag football game. It's a dodgeball game. They actually moved it to the week of the Super Bowl now to generate more interest. It's about the fans now. Same location as the Super Bowl. Same week as the Super Bowl. This is the first time this has been the week of. Now, to move forward. All right. So first, let's go through some alternates. Okay. This little star here dictates alternates. This percentage, the plus sign is alternates. This percentage symbol dictates the player did not play. So last year, Lamar Jackson selection, he was the first team all conference, first team. He was first team everything. right? Did not play due to injury. Jaden Daniels on the NFC side did not play. Had a great rookie season. Their selections, their replacements: Baker Mayfield, Russell Wilson, Drake May. All right. We can pretty much dictate out there. Drake May was the rookie. Drake May was a rookie just like Jaden Daniels was, but Drake May was a rookie. Played 13 games, started 12 of them, took off from there. Young fella just so happens he's playing in the Super Bowl this year. It's his second year, and that is who Shedeur is replacing. Okay. 15 TDs, 10 interceptions. Not bad. All right. Shedeur played 7 games for Cleveland this year. Drake May played 12. That's 5 more games. And Drake May threw 6 more touchdowns. Shedeur threw 7 this year. My bad. The calculations is wrong. He threw 8 more touchdowns in 5 more games. 8 touchdowns in 5 more games. And the interceptions was the same. Okay. Gotcha. So going backwards, 2023 Pro Bowl. Lamar Jackson selected once again. Did not play. Dak did not play. Patrick Mahomes, due to the Super Bowl, did not play. Matthew Stafford did not play. Brock Purdy did not play. Right? Just the quarterbacks. They was replaced by Minshew, CJ Stroud, Jalen Hurts, and Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield. All right? A lot of quarterbacks that did not play. Now this one, my bad. Okay. So this year, all right, perhaps the most controversial year. But once again, we're going to get to the reason why. Patrick Mahomes did not play. Jalen Hurts did not play. Joe Burrow did not play. Josh Allen did not play. Goff was a replacement. Trevor Lawrence was a replacement. Derek Carr was a replacement. And Tyler Huntley was a replacement. Now, out of the games, Tyler Huntley played 6, comparable with Shedeur's 7. Game started 4. Shedeur started 7. 2 touchdowns, so 3 interceptions, right? 2 touchdowns in 6 games played. 3 interceptions in 6 games played, right? Gotcha. Now, we're going to stop it here to be able to come back to what an alternate is. Some of the notable alternates and replacements, we got Bart Starr, Fran Tarkenton, Roger Staubach, Bob Greasy, right? That's in the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s, which means this is what the game was before we was even thought of. Now, side note, this even states alternates often become legends before being regular selections. Now, moving forward, they even got the category 2010s. They call it the opt-out explosion era. Opt-out explosion era. This is when they credit Tom Brady caused alternates by opting out for Super Bowls. We got it. Boom. Pro Bowl game eras. Snoop Huntley, most controversial alternate selection. Was was all right. So, needless to say, some fun facts, as they call it. Being an alternate still counts officially. You still, no matter how much we get on this internet and talk about everything that we want to talk about, Shedeur is still a Pro Bowl quarterback, whether you like it or not. Now, talking about the most, you probably agree with me, okay? Tyler Huntley's selection was very controversial. Why? He walked so Shedeur can run, right? Okay. Here's why it happened and why people pushed back. So that means y'all complained, but obviously with the fact that y'all are complaining again, it didn't work. All right. 2022 season, roughly 4 years ago, games was played 3 years ago at this point in time, right? He was the backup quarterback for Lamar Jackson. We already went through the list a couple times that Lamar has opted out, whether due to injury or else, right? He had 4 starts for 650 passing yards. During those 4 starts, he had 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. More interceptions than touchdowns. His team record in his starts was 2-2. Why he was selected. Now, it was a perfect storm of opt-outs and injuries. Pat Mahomes, Super Bowl. Josh Allen, injury. Joe Burrow, playoff results and injury. Justin Herbert, injury. Lamar Jackson, injury. Trevor Lawrence, playoffs. Tua, concussion, injury. And Derek Carr just opted out. So, we can talk about opt-outs, just not respecting the game. But we're not disrespecting them by saying they need to show up because it counts. So, and this is, I live my life. I walk by this every day. No, we don't want to hear that. So, by the time the league needed another quarterback, Huntley was next in line under the Pro Bowl voting and availability rules. They don't revote for alternates. They go straight down the original ballot order, then check availability. Now, we already established we do not disagree that Shedeur is very popular. We did not disagree with that. We agree. Whether you're disagreeing right now and shaking your head and typing with your fingers, you are doing that because you're very emotional due to the fact that you just don't like this young man. But to move forward, okay, production versus recognition mismatch. Now, Huntley became the first quarterback in Pro Bowl history to be selected with fewer than 1,000 yards, only 2 touchdowns, no standout statistical category. Shedeur is above all of those. Many fans felt several quarterbacks were more deserving, including Jared Goff, Jimmy Garoppolo. Many fans. This is a fan vote. If you don't like the fact that Shedeur got voted in, vote better. Pro Bowl on a technicality. The Pro Bowl sometimes rewards availability, not excellence. Huntley didn't beat out other quarterbacks. He outlasted them on the list. Now, we know that the reason this is the dodgeball game is because they know players are not taking it serious. They don't have people coming off the ball. Granted, they just told you they don't. So let's do a more safe game that can be fun and entertaining for the fans. Yeah. But knowing that ratings, that's what it's all about. What better way, going through this list, what better way can I boost up my ratings? I'm thinking business. Shedeur doesn't make or break me emotionally. So if I'm in charge of the finger pressing the button. Should I get Trevor Lawrence, who got embarrassed out of the playoffs, or get Shedeur, who all of the fans, whether positively or negatively, want to see? You gonna watch the Pro Bowl games. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Have me log onto this internet February 3rd and not see all those cameras out there, not see those, and let them say this is the worst rated Pro Bowl games ever. If they don't, them selecting Shedeur, one. This guy did have the top 3 selling jerseys, despite being a 4th string quarterback, despite being a 5th round pick, despite being a rookie that did not get his first sniff of a game until week 12. Come back week 10, 10, 11. To finish the season with seven starts. Right? Okay. So moving forward, it still counts officially. This is what really bothered people. Huntley's resume now says Pro Bowler. It's treated the same as elite selections in records and contracts. Do we actually care? Do we actually care that Shedeur is a Pro Bowl alternate? He gets to play dodgeball. He's going to be there anyway. Him being there as a fan walking around is still going to generate more interest than the actual game. So him actually playing in a game, the game is not the same than when you was out there playing 50% to lead. Now I know you supported the pick, cool, but I'm just giving an example. Okay. Important context. To Huntley's credit, to Shedeur's credit, he did not campaign for it. Shedeur, with all of the internet pizzazz and power and pull that he has, that Dion has, that family has, he did not make a thing say, hey, y'all, vote me to the Pro Bowl. Just like Snoop Huntley didn't. I'm sure Shedeur, right now he's at Paris Week. You know, him and his brother has been, posting video footage and stuff. They had a good laugh about this. They knew. I can't wait to see the footage because I'm sure they recorded. Shedeur knows, no one's oblivious, y'all. We know what his stats was. 7 TDs in 7 games, 10 interceptions. We got it. We got it. They know the internet is on fire right now. All right? So then, to move back, he was well liked by his teammates. Shedeur is still well liked, despite what you feel about him. He's still well liked by his teammates, still well liked by the NFL and the media. Thus, he's on almost every commercial out. What rookie quarterback have you seen on as many commercials and ads as you've seen on Shedeur, as you've seen like Shedeur moving forward? And we can say this man had everybody up at Colorado breaking records, watching at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was asleep, but the hottest thing since fish grease. He had us watching the round of the draft that pretty much everybody forget about at that time. Me personally, I don't, after that first round selection and after keeping track of my team's picks, I don't watch the draft anymore until possibly I pay attention for Mr. Irrelevant. Okay, moving forward. He played with a run-heavy, conservative offense. Baltimore trusted them to keep them playoff competitive. This wasn't about character or effort. It was about the system. For the NFL, it's about the business. It's about the business. Going through the list of alternates, going through the availability, like they said they do. The best available pick they could, once again. Anybody else? Well, Shedeur Sanders. I'd rather have Shedeur as a business. All right. You know what I'm thinking? That if this was if they just lost their mind and selected Dylan Gabriel as the alternate for some odd reason, y'all would have found a way. Just still make it about Shedeur. Just saying. Okay. So to wrap this up, as I've said, so this election gave fuel for arguments favoring more all pros versus Pro Bowl honors. Because due to a pretty good dodgeball in my day. This is flag football. Challenge that system. Don't challenge the system for a young man that he beat your first round draft pick. That's the stats we go by, right? Wins. He beat him. Threw for over 300 yards, almost four. Played better. Challenge the system that allows for players to say, ow, my elbow. Yes, doctor reports are private and confidential, but challenge the players. Challenge the players to actually play. If you don't have a documented injury, yeah, you wasn't on that team's injury report. You got to play. But when it becomes outside of that, when I don't have to play because it's an all-star game, thus in turn, you're going to get the NFL saying, okay, it's a business. These players are making business decisions for their bodies, for their health, for their families. Let us make a business decision for this machine that keeps growing. TV. Y'all don't watch. You don't watch. So why should I care that you have an opinion? I need my I need my overhead. I need my expenditures to be below what I'm bringing in. I'm going to bring in views. I'm going to bring in TV buys. I'm going to bring in ads if I get one of the most popular players in recent history to play.